Young hot thotties on my line, going crazy, yeah. Young hot thotties on my line, going crazy, yeah. Young hot thotties on my line, going crazy.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sophie and I currently own two horses. Two horses, okay. Today I'm going to be doing a Q&A, which I haven't done for ages, but I thought I would do one. So all these questions are from my Instagram. I'm going to be answering the questions that you guys commented on my post. If you are not following my Instagram, you wouldn't have seen this and you didn't get to ask questions. Definitely ask questions below and I will try to answer them. So I'm going to start with the Instagram questions first. So the first one is pute.dressage and she asks, how many horses have you had, and if you've sold any, why did you sell them? I have 3 horses that I've owned. So the first one that I've owned is Eddie, and I sold him because he did a major tendon injury, and it was like the 3rd time he'd done a tendon. When he was racing, he did like tendons, and then I got him and then he blew another tendon, and I'm just like, this is enough for this horse. He needs to be like semi-retired, so I gave him to a really good home. I'm selling Spencer. If you guys are following my Instagram, you would know this, but I am selling him because we just are not suited to each other. And I've come to the conclusion that it's probably better for us to be apart than be together. Bella Eventing asked, when did you start getting into horses? I started getting into horses when I was about 5. That was when I had my first lesson, experience with them. Also asked, do you think you'll ever stop riding? If so, why? I will have to stop riding in the next few months because I'm having surgery on my knees and then surgery on my feet. So yeah, I do have intermittent periods where I don't ride for a bit. I don't think I would intentionally stop riding for any reason. Besides injury. Also asked, where do you think you'll be in a year? This freaking question freaked me out because I'm like, oh my god, I will have finished school, I'll be doing something else, I'll have a part-time job, and I'm like, oh my god, what will it be like in a year? So that's kind of crazy for me to think about right now, but it was a good question, but it kind of threw me in the deep end. I'm like, oh my god, I'll be finished with school. TTB Gina asked, what do you love most about working with horses? It's actually working with horses. It was kind of the fact that I was always busy and I was always doing something, and I got to see, horses that had been pulled from the paddock, going into the royal shows, you know what I mean? It was just a good experience for me to see what went into it, how it happened, you know what I mean? It was just really, really good. And just general everyday, working with horses, I really enjoy just the companionship that they give me. Cruise Eventing asked, who do you look up most to for riding? Lucinda Green, she's definitely someone I look up to. I love watching her cross-country videos, and I would love to go to a clinic with her one day, but I just think I feel a little bit out of place with my little Standardbred, and she doesn't canter very well, so she'd be like, bye, get out. But yeah, I'd love to go to a clinic with Lucinda Green. She just seems like an amazing coach and rider. From GC_eventing_, what's your biggest riding achievement? This riding achievement would probably have to just be going to Oakford, and I know that sounds really stupid, but I've had Penny for 3 years and I've been battling soundness issues for 3 years, and I hadn't been able to go out and compete and event and do all the stuff that I wanted to do, and I was just I was just really sick of horses. I've had 3 years of not being able to ride properly. I've had soundness issues. I've just put so much money into these bloody horses and I was getting nothing back. So when I finally got to be able to take Penny out to Oakford, I was literally so stoked and so happy because it's literally what I brought her for 3 years ago, and I've only just gotten around to doing it. So yeah. Chris Eventing asked, what is your favourite discipline, jumping, dressage or cross country? I love cross country because it's kind of like riding off the seat of your pants, just making quick decisions and getting the job done. I really love cross country. So yeah. Coloured_eventing asked, was there a time where you weren't motivated to ride anymore? If so, how did you overcome it? Yes. I literally never rode my horses. I would never ride them because I was worried about injuring them. I was tired, I was exhausted. I kind of just, not played it, but I would kind of just wallow in my own mind. My mind was just you can't do this, you're not good enough. My mind was saying all these things, you should just give up, these horses aren't worth it. You're not a good enough rider, you're too sore, you're too tired, you're too this, you're too that. That was what was in my head all the time. And in the end, I just wasn't enjoying horses, and I put both of them up for lease and just take them, I don't want them. I had someone leasing Penny, I wasn't riding Spencer, hardly ever. And when I did ride him, we'd end up in a big argument and it was so terrible. And at the end of the day, I went, look, I'm I either need to get my head in the game or I need to get out, because horses aren't something that you can like pick up and put down again. And I kind of realised that working with Lana, who's like a 1-2 star eventer, and she's like, look, you either work or you don't. And it's like, well, that makes perfect sense, because I'm not doing my part. My horses want to work, it's just not me. So how I overcome it was just grit my teeth and get through it. So having goals and having a competition outlay that I wanted to go to, that I had to go to, paid the entry fees, got the shit done, I just had to get on and ride. And even if I didn't enjoy the ride, even if I got nothing out of it, I had ridden. And that was the biggest thing for me. I always thought I had to get something out of every single ride. And at the end of the day, I didn't need to get anything out of every ride, I just needed to have a ride. And whether it be just me bumming around in the paddock, or whether it just me sitting on her back and just walking around and doing suppling exercises at a walk, bareback, I would consider them a ride, because I was so unhappy with just schooling, and I was getting bored, my horses were getting bored. Like yesterday, I jumped on bareback and I had a bareback ride. We just walked, we just did suppling exercises, and it was great. She was great. I had no expectations, I had no goals. I just got on the road, and I think that would really help you if you are struggling with motivation, is to just get on and ride and have fun. Equine_May asked what's the reason / inspiration to make you want to ride horses when you very first started? I just really liked horses. There's no real reason to it. I just really liked them, and I've always really liked them. WA.eventing asked favourite cross-country course currently. The only cross-country course I've ridden on in the past 3 years is Oakford. I'd love to go and compete out at Capel with if I had a horse that could do that, but I don't. Yeah, I would love to go and compete out at Capel on their beautiful cross-country course, because that would be so much fun. So I really love to... Brigadoon looks really fun too. @dark.bay asked, do you braid or clip Penny's tail for hacking? I get someone to braid it for me because I suck at braiding. She also asked, after canter my horse paces, any tips to tell me how to discourage that? Basically how I stopped Penny from coming back to a pace after we cantered was getting voice aids. So on the lunge I would go trot down, and then she would trot rather than pace. So she's getting better, like she still has a few strides of pace, but it's nothing compared to what she used to do. And also just having like a proper transition. So think the whole transition is a movement. So you've got, you need to half halt them before you actually ask for the transition, another half halt after you've done the transition, and then push on into the trot. So it's basically all just a balancing game. Isabella Equine asked, what events do you really want to go to this year? Definitely Swan Valley Hunter Trials. I'm looking forward to Log Fence, Hickston. I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, that's pretty much the 2 events I'm looking forward to the most, I guess. Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to this month anyways. _and.romeo asked, what is your biggest goal to date? The biggest goal I've achieved, or biggest goal that I had?
So I am confusion.
Okay, so the biggest goal I've achieved again is taking Penny to Oakford. The biggest goal again would probably be to go to Swan Valley Hunter Trials. It's not a big goal, but like it's a goal that I want to have. And to some people that might not be a big goal, but to me, to keep my horse sound, to keep them fit enough to go to Swan Valley, that would be great. Also asked, how do you put makeup on Penny? I just slap it on there and then wipe it off again. So that's my tip. I will come and help you on the weekend. Christy, it's so good.